This is a special 1KWS Empowerment Hub. We want to thank everyone who has joined us and who will be joining us as we continue on tonight with our meeting. Well, I am Aja Gaddie, 1KWS, 1,000 Women Strong's National Outreach Director. And tonight, we will be having our empowerment hub of getting your financial house in order. But let me tell you just a little, yes, woo. Let me tell you just a little bit about 1,000 Women Strong. So we are a national hub of Black women. The organization is started to help Black women in this whole democracy, making sure that we have the tools and the availability to make sure that we are out here doing the work and having the information about civic engagement. So our organization is an organization that is on the ground, as we call it, all year round. And we do a lot of outreach in regards to community engagement, community uplifting. And this is one of those engagement where it's not always about well, it is always about politics, but we don't always have to just speak about politics, because what we need is well-rounded people where everyone's when everyone has their life at least getting it in order. We feel as though they will be able to make better and sound decisions when it comes to going to the ballot. So this here tonight, we have the excellent Pastor Washington and his wife who will be talking with us. But I will definitely allow our national outreach coordinator, the amazing Dr. Brisha Brichelle, who basically handles all of our, if you've ever seen any of our on the ground things and how beautiful everything looks, know that Dr. Brisha Brichelle is behind it. And I will allow her to take over and introduce the pastor.
And hello. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction, Aja. Hello, everybody, and we're so happy to have you with us. As the National Outreach Coordinator, assisting Aja in all the things that she said we do on the ground, we want to make sure that the community is not only informed about voting, what's necessary about voting, but a lot of times the things that hold people back from voting, it really has a lot to do with their finances. Because if you're not financially in a comfortable place, voting is not typically a top priority. So, and not even just from a voting aspect, just us as Black people need to be a little bit more adamant about our civic duties, but our financial, getting our financial houses in order. And Pastor Washington spoke to me about this some time ago, and I personally immediately said how I was not in a position to do what needed to be done in that moment. But it was such great information that we need to prepare on what to do, how to save for it, how to plan for it, and me taking the steps necessary to get the opportunity to do it. But it was so much powerful information that I took it to my director. And once I put it in her hands, I knew she would be blown away with it, because she was dealing with some decisions and making financial decisions about contracts and all those things in that moment. So we knew it would be a great opportunity. So I am excited because I served with Pastor Washington. I was on the board of foster care board of Lone Star Solutions, and I was on their board with the children and making sure things were good. And his lovely wife, Michelle, they have a church. It's Training Ground Ministries. And it's known as The Ground. Okay? The Ground. And they focus on family. Well, I'm sorry, let me get it in the right order. They focus on faith, family, finances, and fitness. All four of those are very important. So tonight we're going to expound on finance, but we're going to have to touch on all of that. I'm sure it'll be embodied. So at this point, Pastor and First Lady, I'm just going to turn it over to you guys and let you serve the people.
All right. Pastor Michelle, I just want to say this is the awesome woman of God. And I thank God for her, because she's always there pushing the families and the church to go forward. We're some working pastors.
Yes.
In fact, we were at the church today cutting grass and putting new mulch in and all of that. So we believe that family is important, and the faith that they have is so important. However, Solomon said that money is the answer to all things. And so oftentimes the limitation that we have is often because we don't have enough money. Right. And to do this or do that. And we're going to share with you some techniques, some things that is so powerful that I believe that if you cannot afford it, it's interesting because when we talk about affordability or cost for this or that, it's amazing how we can come up with the money when we really want to do something. You know, absolutely. I think about when we wanted to get a house and they required $5,000 down. We came up with the $5,000 and just, you know, pushing for to get that house. And then we make a commitment that we're going to be in this thing for 30 years. And then, you know, a lot of people make decisions about vehicles. And some of our people, we love to drive the best of cars. And we don't spare no expense when it comes to choosing the right kind of vehicle. Right. And sometimes those vehicles can range from anywhere from 50 all the way up to $100 and some $1,000. And we pay it comfortably. So getting your house in order is our subject matter tonight. And one of the things about getting your house in order, you have to have the right strategy. Right. You have to have the right strategy, right, the right plan, because if you don't have the right strategy, then all of this will not mean much to you. Or if you don't have a plan at all. Yeah. You're really in trouble if you don't have a plan at all. That's true. Yeah. And the interesting thing is that there's two things that we will pay more for than anything, and that thing is taxes and ignorance. And ignorance has cost us a whole lot. And so when we talk about financial planning and the strategy, you have to have an estate plan strategy. And the company that we are consultants for is called Succeed Consulting Firm. And they've been in the business in the estate planning space for about 20 years. The CEO is Mr. Russell Thompson. And Mr. Russell Thompson is a brilliant young man. And on our staff, we have attorneys, we have an IRS enrolled agent. And that's important. And that's very important because some people have on their staff CPAs. Well, CPA is only licensed to do business in the state that they are licensed to do business in, as well as attorneys. So we have a team for the IRS enrolled agents, and one of the things that she has shown many of our trust clients that have done business with us, she has shown them how to utilize the tax code for their advantage. See, the first 400 pages, there's 4,000 pages in the tax code. And the first 400 pages really deals with those who are the middle class, the poor, and those otherwise. Some will have upper middle class. So most CPAs and most tax preparers are going to deal with the first 400 pages. But the rich they don't even worry about those 400 pages. It's the 3,600 pages that's left that the IRS allows you to avoid paying taxes in so many kinds of ways. If you just knew what they knew, then you could actually utilize those codes as well. And tax avoidance is okay with the IRS. Tax evasion is against the law. So we properly show folks how that they can benefit from the tax code and how their business. We also help with business formation and helping establish your business. And I'm telling you, when we establish your business, you're going to have all the legalese. Our attorneys are going to sign off on it. The IRS enrolled agent's going to sign off on everything so that your stuff will be legally right.
And in order.
Yes, right.
Which is important.
It's important. And it's gonna be in compliance with the IRS. So many people fall out of compliance with the IRS because they just don't know. And then a lot of the CPAs don't know. Our IRS enroll agent, Mrs. Hadley, my God, she's been recovering monies for businesses who have lost a lot of money through taxation. And she's been recovering their taxes for the last 3 years. There's one guy, his company, she got $337,000 back from him in taxes that he had paid to the IRS, and he also got a refund on top of it. These are some of the things that Succeed Consulting Firm does for helping people to keep more of their money in their pocket. See, the rich, they hardly ever use their own money. They use the system to make money. The three things that the rich are going to do: they're going to multiply their wealth, they're going to protect their wealth, and they're going to maintain their lifestyle. And they will never vote themselves out of riches. They will never vote themselves out of money. Okay, so when you talk about estate planning and a strategy, jurisdiction is very important. Jurisdiction is so important because when you set up a will or a living trust, those two instruments are state run instruments. And the attorneys set these up for the purpose. Since you want me to scoot over a little bit? Okay, all right. Can y'all see me? Can you see me now?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay.
Yes, we can see you well.
Yes, I was just making sure that Michelle's lovely face is on camera as well.
You are okay. Well, let me get over.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's see. Okay.
Yes, come on over.
Okay. All his hair, so. Okay.
So jurisdiction is important, and when you set up a will or a living trust, it's set up in the state that you actually live in. Okay, and because of that, the state now has authority over your estate. A will is an invitation to probate court. A living trust is also oftentimes attached to a will. And so once you put everything in your living trust, then anything that comes after that, they put it in a will. So it's called a pour over.
Okay. Can you elaborate on what probate court actually means?
Okay.
That's just for the sake.
Let's talk about probate. Probate court. Probate court started back in the during the Roman Empire. And what they were trying to do was trying to decide, how do you transfer assets from a dead person to a living person? And the question is how do you determine the ownership? How do you determine if this person's property or their house or their land or whatever it is, how do you transfer it to their siblings or whoever they wanted that property to go to? Well, if you pass away and you have nothing set up, then it's going to go to probate. If you have a will, it's going to go to probate.
Right.
If you have a living trust, it's going to be attached to a will, and you're going to end up in probate court.
Right.
So, in the United States, probate court started in around 1884, and it was at that time it was just a probate court. Then in 1887, they started having a judge to preside over it. Fast forward to 2025, now you have attorneys, you have the judge, you have the probate court, and all of that. And if you know that if a person has committed a crime, sometimes they put them on probation, and they have to do all of the things that the probate court says. They have to meet all of the criteriums that they set for them. Well, in the financial world, your assets can actually go on probation.
Right.
They can go on probation, and until you meet all of the all of the things that the court says, you will not get out of probate court. And just to tell you a story, there's about 3 months ago, there's a young man who his father passed away, and he was a stepson, and the father wanted to leave him his property. Well, he had 19 properties, and he had $800,000 in the bank. And so he went to meet with the attorneys, and the attorneys told him that all of everything was pretty much gone. The only thing that was left was a $5,000 check. And so he told them, he said, look, what you do, we've arranged where you can go down to the bank and cash the $5,000. And then afterwards, what you do is that when you cash the check, bring us back $1,000 because that's our fee for today. So they asked the question, what happened to all the properties? Most people, because we don't know that the attorneys can get 33.5% of your estate. So they had 24 attorneys working on this man's estate. And so each one of those attorneys ended up with one of those properties. And the ones that didn't get properties, they split the $800,000 up. And the young man only got $4,000 out of the deal. And this is the tragedy.
Yes, it is.
That many families, and Black families particularly, we are losing our homes.
Yes.
And in 2026, Trump has made some new rules.
Yes, talk about that.
Out.
Yes.
And those rules are going to be making it harder for children to inherit their parents' property. In fact, if they don't meet all of the guidelines for the transfer of that property, then the state will take it and they will sell it.
Oh, Jesus.
So this is why this is so important. 95% of families have did a will or a living trust. And this is how the attorneys and the state has been able to take back properties that you've worked for all of your days to accumulate these assets, only to give them up to the state.
Okay. So in other words, it's a legal way to steal your property.
That's it.
That part.
It's legal.
Yes.
And everything that they do, even though it's not right, it's legal. And so Succeed Consulting Firm, we've been on a journey like financial evangelism.
Yes.
Trying to awaken our people to understand how important it is to have the right strategy.
Yes.
And the right strategy, we have shown people that the 5% don't do what the 95%. The 5% actually use federal trusts. And in federal trusts, the jurisdiction, talk about jurisdiction, the jurisdiction is not in the state, it's in the District of Columbia, which means now that all of the attorneys who are operating in the state has no jurisdiction over your assets. And when we put it in a federal trust, when we tuck all your assets into the federal trust, it is completely private. It's hidden.
Yes. Oh, Jesus.
Amen. Okay.
Yes.
So it's so important that you have the right jurisdiction.
Yes.
So jurisdiction is important.
Yes, it is.
And
yes, it is.
So when we set up federal trusts, these federal trusts comes also with something we call the spendthrift clause. And the spendthrift clause allows you to have 12 different deductions. And these are deductions that the rich use in order to pass on generational wealth. Also with the federal trust, when you transfer properties and all of that from trust to trust, there is no capital gains taxes. If you do things in your social security number, then guess what? Everything that you do in your social security number, you are subject to taxation.
Yes.
So when you allow your federal trust to invest, this is where the term comes in own nothing, but control everything.
Yes.
The rich understand that access is better than ownership.
Yes. That's so good.
Yeah,
That's good.
access is better than
Yes.
ownership. You know, we like to say, I own my house, I own my car, I own. Well, the rich don't go around saying they own anything.
Right.
Their trust owns it.
Yes.
They have access to everything that they have accumulated, but they don't walk around saying I own this.
Yes.
In fact,
Trump tactics, right?
yeah, that's
Yes.
Trump
Tactics.
Yeah. So we have 4 different trusts that we offer. It's a business trust.
Yes.
There's an investment trust. There's a private foundation trust, and then there is the family trust. All 4 of those trusts work together like 4 wheels in a vehicle. However, if I had to recommend one that is just very powerful, it's the business trust. And then the second one would be the private foundation. Because if you're a W-2 employee, the IRS allows you to donate up to 60% of your income, which is, say you made $100,000 for the year, and the IRS allows you to donate up to 60% of your income, then $60,000 can go to your private foundation. See, the IRS didn't say that the private foundation couldn't be yours, or the charity couldn't be yours. And so it's written in the IRS code that you could have a 508C ministry trust. And notice I didn't say a 50C of 501c3, because that's what the common normal people who have a nonprofit organization, they set it up like that.
Wow.
But the one that's more powerful than that is the 508C ministry trust, because you can, again, donate up to 60% of your income to your own private foundation. So when Trump said that he donated 100% of his salary to charity,
That's the Trump tactic that I mentioned. That part.
he donated 100% of his income to his own private foundation.
Yes.
And the IRS code is that you only have to give away 5% to a nonprofit. So that amount that's left, you could actually move it over to your family trust, and through your family trust, you could pay all your bills.
Wow.
It's your family trust.
Wow.
These are the things that the rich do that we don't have any idea about. Succeed consulting firm was able to capture this information. They sat down with some millionaires and billionaires, and they gave them the scoop. And they were actually able to put these things in order, and in a way that there's only 7 companies that do what we do, and we're among those 7. And let me tell you that Trusts are the most superior
Yes.
instrument on the planet.
Yes.
The United States is a trust. Medicaid is a trust. Medicare is a trust. Social Security is a trust. The states are trust. The banks are trust. Huh?
Wow.
The
Wow.
the courts are trust. So when you hear them saying that they are a prime minister, or well, they're operating from a 508c ministry trust.
Wow.
And so this is why it's so important, because as a W-2 employee, you can donate up to 60% of your income to your own private foundation, thereby reducing your taxable income to $40,000. Rather than paying 100,000 taxes on 100,000, now you're paying taxes only on the 40,000, and then you're not through, because there's more.
Yes.
They have a spendthrift clause.
Yes.
For each one of these federal trusts, they have a spendthrift clause. What is a spendthrift clause? The spendthrift clause allows you to take deductions, especially for those who you got an empty nest, you don't have any children anymore, you don't have no more child deductions.
Right. Gotta find some ways.
Yeah. And so, well, with the spendthrift clause, you can have on your personal taxes, you can only write off the the interest on your home. But with the spendthrift clause, you could actually write off the interest, the taxes. You can write off also any improvements on the house, put a new roof, a new driveway. It's a 100% tax write-off.
What about school?
School, oh, well, that's one of the, we'll talk about that one. Going back to the house, you can, if you had maid service, lawn care service, pool service, all of that is a 100% tax write-off. If you have medical bills, and you know how on your personal taxes, you could only write off like 7.5% on your personal taxes. But with the spendthrift clause in a federal trust, you can write off 100% of your medical bills.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So then for travel, you like to take a vacation and all of that, whether it's for business or whether it's for with your family. The spendthrift clause allows you that if you travel out of the country to another state, that whole vacation can be 100% tax write-off. All you have to do is go and visit a museum. Once you visit the museum, you just save the receipts for the museum, and guess what? That whole entire trip is a 100% tax write-off. The Uber ride, the hotel, the plane, everything is a 100% tax write-off. These are the things that the rich do. This is the knowledge that they have in order to be, for them to be able to not utilize their money, or if they use their money, they know that, guess what? At the end of the year, I can write off the whole thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's the spendthrift clause. And we're going back to again, probate. Probate is a killer.
Yes, it is.
Financial.
Yes, it is.
It's and the way that the lawyers oftentimes sells it, they say, hey, you won't have to go to probate court. Well, in a technical sense, they're right. Because you're dead. You won't have to go to probate court, but your family is going to have to go to probate court. There's a family down in Louisiana who has been in probate court for 14 years.
Oh, Jesus.
There's a gentleman that is on our staff that the grandpa left them some land, and they've been in probate court for 20 years. There is a family that has oil on their land.
My goodness.
And
that's deep.
Yeah, they
That's
got oil
deep.
on their land.
Yes.
Watch. And the oil company has been making millions of dollars from their property, and the family cannot get one red
Wow.
cent because they have been in probate court for 24 years.
So here again, it's a tool. It's what they are actually doing, especially to our people, to take our homes, to take our land, and anything else that they can get. As a matter of fact, what they do is they just wear you completely out to where you just exhausted and you no longer want to fight. But I know I'm dealing with some females that know how to fight. Just put it in the chat. All right, here we go.
We do have one question from the chat.
Okay.
Orlando would like to know, what was the clause that you just referenced?
It's called spendthrift clause. And many attorneys don't even know about the spendthrift clause. A lot of CPAs don't know about the spendthrift clause. But the spendthrift clause, when we share, when you go and set your bank account up with your federal trust, that's what they're going to ask you in the bank. Does this trust have a spendthrift clause
Attached to it?
Attached to it.
Yes.
And you're going to say yes, because it does. And this is how you know that what we're sharing with you is legitimate. The banks know. Certain banks know. Now, like Wells Fargo, Truist Bank, all of them, they know about setting up federal trusts. Some of the other banks, they're state-ran trusts. I mean, state-ran banks. So they don't know about federal trusts. So, if that answers your question. Anybody else have any questions before we move on?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have another question from Gail. Am I understanding correctly that your company is one of only 7 companies that establish federal trust?
Yes, that is correct. And let me say that it was never intended for us to know this information. That's number one.
Who are us? Who's us?
Folks that look like you and me.
Okay.
They never intended for us to know. In fact, if you're familiar with chambers of commerce and you're familiar with Rotary clubs, the Chamber of Commerce introduced people to the city, but the Rotary Club, they actually run the city. Okay, and when we talk to some gentlemen from the Rotary Club, they says, "You guys introduce this information to middle class people and upper middle class." He says, "We don't introduce this information to anybody unless they're making $50 million or more."
Wow.
This is why this information that we're sharing with you is so valuable.
Yes.
And oftentimes when we hear information like this, sometimes we run away from the information. But I want you to know that this is so helpful. This is the way that they have been able to pass on generational wealth to their family. Because guess what? When you have a federal trust, your family won't go to probate court. When you have a federal trust, everything that you put into the federal trust, guess what? You can benefit from it while you're alive, as well as your family's going to benefit when you're gone.
Yes.
Generation.
Do you mind mentioning the name of the company again? And Orlando said absolutely that your question, your answer definitely answered his question.
Okay, the company name is Succeed Consulting Firm, and on Mondays and Tuesday nights, in fact tonight as well as tomorrow, they have a Zoom.
Yes.
That is absolutely free.
Yes.
Okay, and let me tell you, these other companies, they charge you. They will charge you almost $18,000
just to
hear this type of information.
That's crazy.
That's why I said that it was never intended for us to know this information.
Absolutely.
But we have been sharing this information on a Zoom call for free. And
it's part of our mission, you know. It's part of what we feel like God has called us to do on behalf of our people.
yes.
And we got to put, how do you say? We hitting the ground. That's what we're doing. We hitting the ground running and sharing as much as we possibly can.
Yeah. And we, you know, when they talk about standing on business, this is standing on business.
Yes.
Yes. And there are so many different things that we can share. Um, like I know that there are some people who may be in real estate, and many of them, they make investments with their social security number. But I want to share with you that if you have an investment trust and you let your investment trust do all of your investing, get buying property,
Yes.
Mutual funds, all of those Bitcoins and all that, you want your investment trust to actually do those investments. And that means that you will not have any capital gains when you do it. Even when you sell it, when you allow your investment trust to sell it, there's still no capital gains. But when you sell it in your social, you're going to get capital gains. IRS is going to be knocking on your door.
I believe we had a question. It popped up and then it just went away. Can you see the question? I think it had something to do with a senior citizen.
Yes, I can read that for you. It says, how can senior citizens have access to the information? This is senior citizens that are not Zoom savvy. Great question. So how can senior citizens that are not Zoom savvy have access to this information?
They can actually give us a phone call. We can set up a private consultation with them, and we can have it on a private phone call.
If you would like to give us your number, I'll go ahead and put this in the chat right now while we have it.
Okay, it's 817-715-2773.
73?
Yes. 817-715-2773.
Okay, and we would also like to drop the Zoom link for tomorrow in the chat as well, if that's possible.
I don't have that one yet.
Okay.
So if you want to send that to me in a text message, you can, and I will either send out an email after if we're not able to get it for here. But if we're able to get it for here, we'll put it in the chat.
Good deal. Okay. Good deal.
Yes. This knowledge is been a secret. And all of your politicians, your Congress people, senators, all of them, they operate from a trust. That's why they can go in thousandaires and come out millionaires, because they have learned the system of how to multiply your wealth, protect your wealth, and maintain your lifestyle. And so we're teaching this to families that look like us.
Right.
And it's so important that our people hear what we're saying. Yes, it's on the cost. You know, we can't be the Walmart of trust, but we are pretty much the Walmart of trust. All the other all of the other companies, they far exceed the cost of what we offer. And it's important that we talk about cost, but I don't want to express that kind of information over this Zoom call. We normally reserve that information for a private consultation, because each person's situation is different. But we have made it possible that you can afford it.
You cannot afford it, really.
Yeah, you can.
You really have to think of it as, hey, I cannot afford it. And I don't know about you, after you've worked so hard and so many years, and then something actually happens, and you know, you don't have any plans or anything set up, your house is not in order. And that's the reason why, and I don't know where you got, well, here in Texas, you see a lot of houses boarded up, and they're boarded up for so long, and it's as a result of probate court. to wear you out, to tire you out. After a while, and then the taxes become so much, you'd be like, you know what? Y'all can just have it.
Right. In fact, the cost of not doing this is greater than the cost of doing it.
Yes.
Because if you accumulate all of this and mass all of these assets only to give them away, you're literally giving it away to the probate court.
I think they stealing. I know he said give it away, but I say they're stealing.
Yeah, they are.
They're stealing
it. It's a legal theft.
Yes, yes, it is.
It's legal theft.
Yes.
The attorneys can get up to 33.5%. The probate court can get 20%. The state that you live in, especially if it's a state that charges income tax, you get that. And then you have the IRS creeping down your back. And so what they hope is that all of these fees will accumulate so much that it will be more than what your assets are. And so by the time the family comes to say, okay, we can settle now, then they say, okay, now you got to pay all the fees.
Lord have mercy.
Okay. And most families can't pay the fees.
Right.
So they say, okay, we're going to do an estate sale. We're going to sell all of your properties, and then to satisfy our fees. And if there's anything left, then it'll go to your beneficiaries. So essentially, with a will and a living trust, your family become the secondary beneficiary. The primary beneficiary is going to be the attorney.
Say that.
The probate court.
Yes.
The IRS and the state.
Yes.
Those are going to be the primary beneficiaries. Until you satisfy all that, you're not going to get the asset. Watch this. And if you owe anybody, you have creditors who will come after your estate because that parent died with a lot of bills. Guess what? They can come after your estate to satisfy those creditors. But watch this. In a federal trust, you can die owing $1 million.
Yes. Yes.
And that $1 million that you owe may as well be put into the casket.
Right. That's so good.
Because it's going to die with you.
Yes.
Okay. And your family will not be on the hook or obligated to pay any of that. Your assets is going to smoothly transfer to them without the need even for an attorney.
That's good. And it's all because it's not in your social. It's in a federal trust.
And it's in the EIN number.
Yes.
It's an EIN number. And it's a different kind of EIN number. And when you give us a private consultation, then we're going to explain how you can get an EIN number that is associated with your trust and not in your social.
Now with that, I just want to say it is 7:54.
Okay.
Yes, time fly. I was about to say, I think we're going to have to do a part 2 of this. That's it. We've gotten so much information out, but I know that there is so much more information. And I just want to, we can not go over like 8 o'clock, keep people's time because people have, schedules that they, or 7 o'clock for you Central. I'm sorry for you wonderful Central people, because people have time. But I do want to make sure we did give the phone number. We did give the succeed consultingfirm.com in the chat, but just wanted you all to round it up and really give your contact information, how people can get in contact with you. And also you are willing to do these type of Zooms with like anybody individually who wants to build their own room and get their family and friends together.
Definitely. Okay. If we can do it for your family, if you want to gather all your family, we'll have a special Zoom. We'll have even some slides as well that we can give you a presentation to your family, particularly, to your family. So,
and if they want to listen in, they can listen in on Monday and Tuesday, and we'll definitely get you that information.
Most definitely. Now, also, do you all travel? As people, we had the wonderful conversation in regards to about seniors, and then also you want to think of some people may be disabled, hearing impaired or anything, so they might have an interpreter with them. But do you also travel?
Where do you want us? Where?
I guess that means yes.
Yeah, just let me know when.
Just
Okay.
let you know when.
Yes, we do travel, and we because this information is so important that we're willing to travel to. If you have a church or you have an event of some type, and we will come and we'll present this information to your group or your families, church families.
Absolutely.
We want to make it accessible to as many people as we possibly can.
Most definitely. I just want to open up to the attendees if anybody has any last questions or comments to the Washingtons. But as people are thinking of those, I just want to say for 1KWS that we thank you so much for your time, your information, because this is information that definitely we all go through. As Ms. Brisha said, I went through probate for 5.5 years. And then when I met you, I was just finishing probate, and then literally not even 3 months later, my great aunt passed. So I'm back into probate.
You are kidding.
So I'm definitely definitely see understanding everything that everyone has been talking about. So yes, I thank you so much for giving this information. I do feel like we may have to do a part 2 for 1K.
Yeah, well, not just that with that one. I like the family, the fitness, the finance, the faith, all of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Part 2, part 3, part 4. I love it, Aja. You're on to something.
Yeah, we didn't share with you. Also, there's a company called Assure for Life.
Right.
You know how people do GoFundMe's? You can have up to 7 family members on one plan, and it costs $85 a month, and it will pay for everybody's funeral.
Which can be
It'll pay for everybody's what?
Funeral.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's
we have got to talk. Right.
Yeah.
We definitely have a church member. Yes, we definitely have to do part 2 because we had a church member who was on our plan and she passed away, and it actually paid for her expenses. And we were just so blessed to have that. She was not related to us or any of that. And again, our goal is to get on the ground. Our people, we're not going to do the GoFundMe's. We're done with people taking our homes. You know, there is something that we can actually do. And so what we can do is get on the ground and talk and communicate as much as possible. I call it evangelism.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And people are asking, were you able to get the Zoom information? And if not, can I just have your email as well to send to?
mdwashpower@yahoo.com.
Right.
That's M as in Mike, D as in David, Wash, W-A-S-H, Power as in Paul, P-O-W-E-R, @yahoo.com. And I will send you that link because I'm using the phone right now.
Yes, that's perfect. No problem.
I'll get that information to you guys.
And the insurance was Share for Life, correct?
Yes, Assure, A-S-S-U-R-E.
Assure, okay.
Assure for Life.
For life.
We're consultants as well. So.
Yeah. It'll pay for suicide too.
Yes, it will.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Without a death certificate too. You know how some people like, you know what?
It pays within 48 to 72 hours.
Yes.
And it'll 72 hours. Our church member, they paid $8,469 for their funeral. It doesn't pay for the burial site.
It doesn't.
But it paid for the casket, all of that. Or if you want to be cremated, it'll still pay.
Absolutely.
It also pays for women who are pregnant. If that child is stillborn, they're gonna take care of that.
Definitely need that information. I need, I'll be in touch.
But it's not in Texas, so the person cannot. So Texas is on hold for a second. And it's been on hold for maybe a couple of months. And of course, the government has something to do with that too as well.
Well,
But-
the problem was that they were providing so much competition for the pre-need people here in Texas till Texas wanted to halt them from doing business here. But it's if you have family in another state,
Yes,
they can
Yeah,
still.
we're in 10
Yeah.
states, so that's great. And we can definitely put
that's
it
awesome.
on our, information share with the team. But again, with Texas, it's definitely heartbreaking because here we are again,
Yes.
left behind. Hence why we
Yes.
celebrate June 19th, but
Yes.
that's another story. For a so, but yeah, okay. Well, thank you.